checking out a great game called Fortnite, and I had a chance to go through and see the gameplay footage, and I'm excited to play it. It's going to be coming out fairly soon. And why don't you tell us a little bit about the game?
Yeah, Fortnite's an action-building game where you get to group up with your friends, build amazing forts, and defend them against colorful hordes of monsters, all in procedurally generated worlds.
Okay, now tell us a little bit more about these monsters. Explain the different varieties of them.
Yeah, so there's two main types of monsters. You have husks, which are kind of your basic infantry units. They come in huge numbers and try to destroy your fort. Then you have the mist monsters, which are the big mythic monsters that are showing up. They are huge smashers. They'll come in, charge through your fort, destroy everything in their path. You have the takers, which will focus on you as a player and try to take you out. And you have to group up against the big guys and be able to take them out before they can destroy your fort.
Okay, now you say they destroy your fort. What kind of defenses can players have kind of at their disposal to protect their fort?
Yeah, so we have a bunch of different traps. You know, we really look to try to build a set of tools for the player to be able to choose different configurations and different ways to be able to defend. And so you have traps that essentially can push the monsters back or be able to push them up and push them off cliffs. You have spike traps. You have dart traps. On top of that, you have a huge number of weapons that you're able to craft and be able to defend. You have rocket launchers. You even get survivors that basically put down on defender pads. You give them your guns, and then they can help you defend the fort.
Okay, now how can people rely on their friends? Maybe they want a kind of cooperative experience. Tell me a little bit about that.
So essentially, you can group up to 4 players, go on the missions together, be able to progress all your quests. You also can do random matchmaking, where essentially you just go, hey, I just want to play with anybody in the world. Group up with them right away. We have drop and play, so you can start by yourself, and then other people can join you at any point in time.
Now, what can players expect to see when they go into these maps? So how exactly are they generated? Are they kind of random?
So essentially, they choose a zone, industrial, forest, grasslands, and when they come in, the zones generate, drop random loot all over the place, random buildings, and then they can explore through the world and be able to look for the objectives and be able to do secondary missions as well to be able to gain experience altogether.
Now, when players are choosing their class and their character and their specializations, tell us a little bit about the abilities and how these characters work and if they can be upgraded.
So there's 4 classes in the game. There's soldiers, constructors, ninjas, and outlanders. Each of them has kind of their own particular capability and sort of what they're best at. Constructors are best at building, soldiers are best at run gun, ninjas jump into the middle of the fight, take out the artillery, jump out, and the outlanders are great explorers and harvesters. There's 116 different heroes of those types that you can collect over the course of the game, and each of them comes with a set of powers and abilities and a set of perks. So essentially every hero in the game is a card that you can collect with a variety of rarities.
When can we find the game and where can we find the game?
Yeah, so the game will be released into paid early access on 7/25. It's going to be available through the Epic Games launcher on PC, Mac, Xbox One, and PS4. And then if you pre-order, you get a 4-day head start.